Hello guys, and welcome back to another trade recap with me. Today I took a win of around $180 on my eval, and or no, on my paper trading account, but I'm gonna buy eval like next week, or in this weekend, so we'll see. But this is my way to profitability, part 3. So this is the trade I took, and I'll go a little bit more into detail how I took this one. Okay, so what do we see? I always look for the 4-hour time frame to see that does we have any key levels that I want price to go to, if then looking for longs. Today I was real bullish because we're at all-time highs, and if we're at all-time highs, I feel like I never take a short because that's just less probability in my backtesting. And we can see that I had a 1 hour low right here that was untapped. We had a 1 hour low here too, and we had a 1 hour low here. I was looking at 15-minute too because I feel like sometimes my trading goes better if it has tapped a 15-minute also. But we check low, we check highs. That could always be a target. We see that we have very much that we want to get tapped to then go higher, like something like this, generating liquidity, then taking out this liquidity, have an inverse, and then target some of those liquidity or target this. So yeah, that was my thinking of when I got to the market. So I always check on the 1 hour time frame or 1 minute time frame to see more in depth. But we had this low stacked LRL that was forming here, and that's a good sign for me. So yeah, we play price here. We see that we go lower, and ES does too. We go back on MQ, you see that it goes higher. My number one rule is it have to be an inversion. I can't take this on a 1 hour inversion or 1 minute inversion because we had a 3 minute, we had a tap into a 5 minute. So we always have to think, like, we always have to take the highest time frame inversion. So yeah, I just waited for price to play out here. Here was the first short setup that I could have taken. I could have taken this, targeting like these lows or like these lows, but I didn't. Why? Because we are at all-time highs, and yeah, I'm just not gonna take a short if we're at all-time highs. So I didn't take this. I waited, and guys, patient pays off. I waited. Now we have a tap into a 1 hour time frame, tap into a 15-minute time frame. So that was my first initial instinct, and now we just want to see the highest time frame inversion of that. We see that we're forming a 5 minute here, so I just waited for price to go up. And why didn't I take this 1 minute inversion? Because we had a 2 minute. We're inside a 2 minute. We had a 3 minute. So I just waited. And we see inverses on a 2 minute. But why didn't I think that? Yeah, why didn't I take that? Yeah, because we were still in a 3 minute. Always take the highest time frame. tapped into a fair value gap here that it respected, and now we have a 5-minute inverse here. If this inverses, I'm gonna take it. That's just how I'm trading. Everything lines up, then I'm gonna take it. So place price here. Boom, boom, boom. And now, this is where I took it, because I took it here. I longed here. I put my stop around here, and targeted just for a quick and easy 1-to-1. I targeted these highs, these stacked highs above. Why didn't I go for like this wick here? Because I always want some room if price end up going up. If I'm gonna target this, I have to see a strong bullish candle, and now it inverses. So my first instinct is I want the price to go up and go down a little, go up, and maybe price just rejects off this level. So I always take my TP around 1 or 2 ticks lower than price wants, than price probably going to go, because then it's just higher probability. So I put my stop around there for a 1-to-1, and I just let it ride. I bought 3 here. I set my target around like these wicks. No, I didn't do. I put 2 MNQ, like I usually do. Targeted these wicks here, and put my stop around here for a 1-to-1, and then just played price, and it hit my TP in 2 seconds, guys. Now it would have taken, but why didn't I take this? Because it was low probability. It was lower probability. If I just have taken this, it would have taken my TP. I saw PB Patty take like this and going for the higher stacks above, like targeting these. But that's always just lower probability, because a 2RR is lower probability to hit than a 1RR. And I just want to make my piece of the pie. I don't have to do anything else. I just want to make my piece of the pie. So that's what I did. So I took this, and then I hopped up off the charts. I could always take a TP1 here. I take out 1 contract and then let the rest go. But I will break even like directly if when this took out, I will break even. But as we see here, if you would have targeted this low, it would have gone to break even. And that's just how it goes. Then we can see that price pumps up to that. But that's just lower probability, and you would have a bigger stop loss, and yeah. That was my trade for the day. Always think like we have a 5-minute, we have a 15-minute, we were rejecting very much. We were rejecting by 61 points. And that's a good close, that's a good like thing. Always think, go trade if you see your model, trade if you don't see your model. That's easy. Simple as that. And that's how I made around $200 today. Bye guys. Bye bye.